Penguin Random House Australia Audio proudly presents Beautiful Death, written by Fiona Mcintosh, narrated by Jerome. All rights reserved. This book remembers the wonderful Anthony Berry, friend and fellow writer, without whom DCI Jack Hawksworth would not exist. Chapter 1. February 2005. The two men frowned at the map. It made little sense, and one referred to the detailed instructions he'd taken good care to note down. Hiran needed to make this new life in England work. He had a wife and 5 children back home, whereas Taj only had 2 little ones. Hiran suspected he might be taking this opportunity more seriously than his friend. They'd been given the name of a contact. Apparently they'd find him somewhere in the corridors of the Royal London Hospital, or rather, he would find them. He was called Namzal, but they knew nothing more about him, other than what he might be prepared to organise for them. Hiran thought Taj would run scared when the moment came, especially now that they were accommodated after a fashion, with the prospect of work and wages in precious pounds sterling. So be it. For the moment, the companionship of Taj gave him courage in this strange world he now walked. He would need it to face the decision ahead of him. London was daunting, but this part, Whitechapel, felt more like home than anywhere he'd been the past few weeks. He'd travelled overland into Europe, paid his money and been smuggled into England in a container from Calais by friends of strangers who knew lorry drivers who were part of the international racket of human trade. He was put into a ramshackle house, a squat, in a place called Broadway Market, a run-down part of Hackney, not far from the Whitechapel area of London. He shared the squat with a transient population of about 14 men, not all Bangladeshi, some were Pakistani. There were a couple of Turks, a handful from other impoverished nations. It helped. They were all strangers, but they were all here for the same reason, to give their families a chance to break out of the grinding poverty of their lives back home. If he could just stick this out for a year, he and Chumi would save enough to get their children into school. He might be able to start that food stall he knew he could make work if he just had the opportunity and the small amount of capital it would take. He could be happy, feel safe. "Look out, mate," a man in uniform said, interrupting his thoughts. He seemed to be a guard of some sort.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?